I'm Kelly. The sunlight filtering through my apartment window this morning felt different. It brought with it a sense of peace that I hadn't known in years. As I sipped my coffee, my mind wandered back to the day everything changed. A few months ago, I woke up to a phone buzzing with 99 missed calls. The callers were my mom and younger sister, Lily. They were the same people who, just on my birthday, had sent me a message saying they needed space and that I should never contact them again. Lily even liked that message. Little did they know, I was the one who signed every check in our family. The luxurious penthouse they lived in, the sleek sports cars they drove, and the credit cards they swiped with abandon. All of it was under my control, until I decided to put an end to it. Let me take you back to how it all started. I grew up in a wealthy family. My dad was a successful entrepreneur who founded a tech company, TechWave Innovations. Mom was a socialite who was more concerned with her social standing and Lily's well-being than anything else. From a young age, I was the overlooked daughter. Whenever I entered a room, Mom's eyes would immediately search for Lily. Every conversation revolved around Lily's dreams, her needs, and her problems. I became the quiet one who took care of things. When Dad passed away 5 years ago at the age of 48, I was 25, fresh out of a top-tier business school. TechWave Innovations was in a financial bind, burdened with debts. Mom was clueless about what to do. Lily, who was 20 at the time, was more interested in going to parties and shopping than dealing with the company's finances. So, I stepped up. I worked 70-hour weeks, restructured the company's debts, and renegotiated contracts with suppliers. It wasn't long before TechWave Innovations started to thrive again. Now, I'm the CFO. On paper, it sounds impressive. In reality, it meant that every month, I transferred $10,000 into Mom's account and another $5,000 to Lily. I paid for their lavish lifestyles, from high-end vacations to private spa treatments. Not once did they say thank you. The only time Mom called me was when the money was late. Once, I was closing a major deal, and the transfer was delayed by 2 days. She didn't even ask how I was. Her first words were, "Why hasn't the money come through? Lily needs it for her new shopping spree." I couldn't remember the last time someone in my family acknowledged my birthday. The only memory I had was from when I was 10. Dad had made me a simple homemade cake and written, "Happy Birthday, my little genius" on it. That was 15 years ago. Since then, my birthdays had passed like any other day. 3 weeks before my birthday this year, I accidentally discovered a private group chat between Mom and Lily. There was a message that said, "Let's discuss selling some company shares at Sunday's meeting. Lily, wear something nice." I was shocked. Shares? What meeting? As I scrolled through the screenshots Lily had accidentally forwarded, I read dozens of messages I was never meant to see. Mom was saying, "Kelly just handles the day-to-day paperwork. She won't notice if we sell some shares." Lily replied, "She acts so important, but she doesn't really understand the big picture business strategy." What really broke me was when I saw the date of the meeting, my birthday. They were planning to sell my father's company, the one he'd trusted me to protect, on my birthday, without even inviting me or remembering the significance of the date. That night, I sat at my kitchen table with a calculator and 5 years of bank statements. I realized that in those 5 years, I'd given them over $1 million. In return, I couldn't recall the last time Mom asked about my well-being or Lily called just to chat. It was all about the money. I thought about Dad and his belief in me. He used to tell me, "Kelly, you're the one with the real talent. You'll take this company and the family forward." I'd kept that promise, but somewhere along the way, I'd become an ATM for them. I remembered an old contact, Mr. Thompson, Dad's attorney and his oldest friend. He'd reached out every year on the anniversary of Dad's death, just to check in. I'd always replied briefly and politely, but I never understood why he kept trying. Now, I decided to call him. He answered the phone on the second ring, as if he'd been waiting. "Kelly," his voice was warm. "It's been a while." I apologized for not keeping in touch, but he said he understood. He then asked, "Are you calling about the letter?" I was confused. "What letter?" I asked. He explained that Dad had left me something and instructed him to give it to me when I was ready. He'd been waiting for my call for 5 years. I thought about the secret meeting and the hurtful messages, and I whispered, "You're not wrong. I'm ready." He said he'd bring it when I asked. My birthday finally arrived. I texted the family group chat. "Today's my birthday. Did anyone remember?" Then I waited. At 3:47 p.m. My phone buzzed. It was Mom's message. "We need space from you. Please don't reach out anymore." Lily had liked the message. I was devastated, but also curious. I opened Lily's public Instagram profile. There were pictures of a huge birthday party at the penthouse I paid for. The guests included our biggest clients and business partners. Mom was telling everyone that I was a difficult person with no social skills and that I only did some minor filing work. At that moment, something inside me snapped. I called Mr. Thompson at 5 p.m. and said, "Bring me the letter. I'll be there in an hour." While I waited, I looked into the company's ownership documents. I realized that as the majority shareholder with 60% of the shares, Mom and Lily each had 20%. I had the power to control all the company's finances, including the family trust that funded their lifestyles. Mr. Thompson arrived at 6 o'clock. He handed me a sealed envelope and said, "Your father restructured everything 3 months before he died. He knew your mother would favor Lily, and he wanted to protect you." I opened the letter. Dad's words were filled with love and regret. He said he was leaving me the company because I was the only one he could trust to protect it and myself. He told me that walking away from those who didn't value me wasn't betrayal, but survival. I decided to go to the party. Mr. Thompson was also invited to review some partnership documents. I knew that he, along with our biggest client, Mr. Harris, were the only ones who knew the truth about me and my role in the company. When I arrived at the penthouse, I heard Mom telling Mr. Harris that I was just a minor employee. I walked in, and the room fell silent. Mom's face turned pale. Lily was confused. I calmly said, "I'm just here for the birthday party." Mr. Harris was shocked. He said, "Kelly is our CFO. She's the one who saved our major project last year." Mr. Thompson then stepped forward and confirmed that I was the majority shareholder with sole signing authority over the family trust. The room erupted in whispers. Mom tried to make excuses, saying it was all a misunderstanding, but I wasn't buying it. I reminded her that she'd asked for space, and I was giving it to her. I walked out, leaving her carefully constructed world in ruins. After that, I drove home. I called the bank and froze the family trust. I also blocked Mom and Lily on my phone. That night, I slept peacefully for the first time in a long time. The next morning, I woke up to 99 missed calls and a flood of panicked voicemails and emails. Mom was angry at first, then desperate. Lily was crying, saying that her credit cards weren't working and that she needed help. But at the bottom of my inbox, there was an email from Mr. Harris. He said he respected me more than ever and wanted to strengthen our partnership. Over the next few days, I learned that the trust freeze had hit them hard. The landlord of the penthouse had called Mom after the payment was declined, and Lily's credit card was declined everywhere she went. Her boyfriend left her when he realized the money was gone. 2 weeks after my birthday, I sent them a letter. I told them that I wasn't cutting them off, but our relationship had to be based on mutual respect. I restructured the family trust, giving Mom $4,000 a month and Lily $2,000. It was enough for a comfortable life, but not the lavish one they were used to.
Now, a few months have passed.
Mom has moved into a smaller apartment, and Lily has started an entry-level job at a marketing firm. We haven't had a real conversation yet, but I've made peace with it. I've learned that love is about being valued, not just being needed. I'm finally living for myself, and that's the best gift I could ever give myself.